Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss the part 33rd of the important notes for biochemistry so that you can easily able to answer the one-liners and the MCQs in your exam. Protein targeting disorders are the eye cell disease, primary hyperoxaluria, familial hypercholesterolemia, Zellweger syndrome and the cystic fibrosis. Now, eye cell disease is actually a mucolipidosis type 2 disease, and in this is actually a very rare inherited metabolic disorder and is characterized by coarse facial features, skeletal abnormalities, and the mental retardation. Now, over here, what happens is there is defective phosphotransferase enzyme in the eye cell disease, and as because of this, what happens is the mannose is not able to convert into mannose 6 phosphate. Okay, and the symptoms of the eye cell disease are similar to but more severe than those of the Hurler's disease. What is primary hyperoxaluria? Now, in the primary hyperoxaluria, this is also a rare condition characterized by recurrent kidney and the bladder stones. Okay, the condition often results in the end-stage renal disease, which is a life-threatening condition that prevents the kidneys from filtering the fluids. Okay, and also the waste products from the body are not able to release or excrete out effectively. Now, what is familial hypercholesterolemia? Now, as the name says, familial hypercholesterolemia. So, this particular disorder is actually passed down through the families, and in this disease, what happens is there is increased amount of LDL or the bad cholesterol in the body. The LDL becomes very much high in the body, and in this condition, what happens is this particular hypercholesterolemia actually begins at the birth itself. Okay, and this can cause heart attacks at a very early age. At a very small age, the kid will be having the heart attacks. Now, what is Zellweger syndrome? Zellweger syndrome is actually a rare congenital disorder which is actually characterized by the reduction or the absence of the functional peroxisomes in the cell of an individual. Mainly, the symptoms of the Zellweger syndrome are the poor muscle tone or the hypotonia, poor feeding, seizures, hearing loss, vision loss, even the facial features may become distinct, and the skeletal abnormalities are seen in the Zellweger syndrome. Now, the cystic fibrosis, this is actually an inherited disorder that causes severe damage to the lungs, digestive system, and also other organs of the body. Cystic fibrosis basically affects the cells that produce mucus, sweat, and the digestive juices. Now, here are all the symptoms of the cystic fibrosis, as you can see, at the different systems of the body. Wolman disease is actually a lysosomal storage disease, but not a sphingolipidosis. And over here, these are all the symptoms of the Wolman disease. Now, how this Wolman disease is actually caused? Now, this basically caused due to the deficiency of the lysosomal acid lipase enzyme. Okay, and this lysosomal acid lipase enzyme is actually very important and required to break down and metabolize certain fats and lipids in the body. Okay. Now, other lysosomal storage disease are the mucopolysaccharidosis, Pompe's disease, sphingolipidosis, Wolman disease, and the cystinosis. Lysosomal storage disease with the enzyme replacement theory are the type 1, type 2, and the type 6 mucopolysaccharidosis. Mucopolysaccharidosis type 1 is also known as the Hurler syndrome or the Shizi syndrome. Mucopolysaccharidosis type 2 is known as the Hunter syndrome, and mucopolysaccharidosis type 6 is known as the Meroteaux-Lamy syndrome. Other examples are the Pompe's disease, Wolman disease, Niemann-Pick disease, Gaucher's disease, and the Fabry's disease. Now, this X-linked adrenoleukodystrophy is actually a genetic disease that actually affects the nervous system and the adrenal glands. Basically, the small glands located on the top of each kidney are known as the adrenal glands. So, in this XALD disease, there is this disease basically affects the nervous system and the adrenal glands. Now, people with this disease often have progressive loss of the fatty covering, that is the myelin, around which actually surrounds the nerves in the brain and the spinal cord. So, the XLD disease, there is loss of the myelin sheet around the spinal cord and the brain. Alpha oxidation of the fatty acid occur in the peroxisome and the endoplasmic reticulum. In the alpha oxidation, there is removal of one carbon from the alpha carbon atom. Refsum's disease is a defect in the the alpha oxidation of the fatty acids, and there is accumulation of the fatanic acid, and because of this, these all symptoms are basically seen. Mainly over here, as you can see, this retinitis pigmentosa is seen in this particular Refsum disease. Also, as you can see, there is shortened finger or the toes are seen over here. Also, the heartbeat abnormalities may seen, dry scaly skin may occur, balance or the coordination problems, or we can say ataxia basically occurs. Loss of smell or deafness are the symptoms of the Refsum disease. Omega oxidation of the fatty acid occurs in the endoplasmic reticulum. In omega oxidation, there occurs oxidation of the omega carbon of the fatty acid, leading to the formation of the dicarboxylic acid. Cholesterol synthesis. Now, cholesterol synthesis is an anabolic pathway and occurs in the fed state and is activated by the insulin. Now, as you can see over here in this table, this whole table is for the formation or synthesis of the cholesterol. Cholesterol synthesis is actually a very long process, as you can see. Okay, each and every steps are even not shown in this table, but the overall view of the cholesterol synthesis are given. Cholesterol is having 4 fused hydrocarbon rings, and it is called cyclopentenoperhydrophenethrin ring, a steroidal ring. Cholesterol has 27 carbons and 1 hydroxy group at position number 3. All the 27 carbons of the cholesterol are derived from the acetyl-CoA. Cholesterol is required for membranes, steroid hormones, lipoproteins, vitamin D, and the bile acids. Rate limiting enzyme of the cholesterol synthesis, it is the HMG-CoA reductase. Now over here, the HMG-CoA reductase catalyzes the conversion of the HMG-CoA to the mevalonate. Cholesterol synthesis occurs in all the tissues. Acetyl-CoA is the starting material over here, and the NADPH is used for the reductive biosynthesis. ATP is also used in this process. First 2 steps in the cholesterol synthesis are the same as those in the ketone body synthesis, but over here remember the cholesterol synthesis takes place in the cytoplasm, while the ketone body biosynthesis occurs in the mitochondria. HMG-CoA can be converted to mevalonate, cholesterol, ketone bodies, and the acetyl-CoA. Compounds derived from the cholesterol are the bile acids, vitamin D, and the steroid hormones. Primary bile acids are cholic acid and the chenodeoxycholic acid. Secondary bile acids are the deoxycholic acid and the lithocholic acid. Rate limiting enzyme of the bile acid synthesis is the 7-alpha hydroxylase, which requires vitamin C. Ursodeoxycholic acid is a secondary bile acid used in the treatment of the liver disease. So today up till here, we'll discuss about the further important notes in our next video. Thank you so much.